Election interference. Good afternoon, I hope everyone's well today. Thank you for watching. There seems to be a lot of local election interference and not so local election interference, which I want to get into in this video regarding Reform UK, and people that should know better, or people that should pay people to tell them they should know better if they're that thick. So the first thing we're going to get into is, in Wales, there have been people defacing Reform UK signs, calling people in Reform UK fascist, or painting fascist on the signs that they're putting up around the country. This in of itself is illegal, and this in of itself is unlawful. This is intimidation tactics, and this is election interference, plain and simple. This is what anybody on the right of centre who is going to be campaigning locally is going to have to deal with, and we're going to have to get used to that. So make sure that you adhere to my warning on that one. And then we look at this. This is a video of pretty much the same thing. Local people defacing Reform UK signs. We're going to see this a lot, and this is going to get worse and worse, and it's going to divide communities, and it's going to divide people, and I'm warning people against doing it, because again, this shouldn't be happening and it shouldn't be tolerated. And now the next one is even more, there's more to it on this one, and I'm going to get into this one in a little bit more detail. This was locally, I don't know where, but there was again a local rub down between warring factions, so I'm going to play this video now.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, just watching you pull them down. I'd suggest you put them back up, though. You know, okay, that's all right. Okay, good luck. It's okay. You don't need to say good luck. You need to remove your ladder. It's against the law.
It's what?
Yes, it is against the law. To remove electoral posters is against the law.
It is against the law to remove any election signs in the United Kingdom as a private citizen is illegal, especially if it's an approved political party that's registered with the Electoral Commission. They are breaking the law, and them saying to the person recording they are not doesn't mean they're allowed to do it.
Remove them all. Oh, you're not removing them all? It's okay. Well, you move that one, haven't you? Yeah, there's one on the floor, yeah. That's all right. So you're going to carry on, are you? Well, not now, because you're going to film us, aren't you? No, I'm filming you. You're going to be going online in a minute as well. No, you shouldn't.
It's always
a democratic
the reason why I'm
process.
taking it down is because I cannot bear the racist rhetoric that Reform is spreading. It genuinely upsets me.
Here we get to it. Alright. Her, as a private citizen, she's bothered by what she says is the racist and the hateful rhetoric of Reform UK. Let me tell you, sweetheart, Reform UK are the least of it. Alright, honey? They are the very tip of the iceberg. They are the least of it. And it personally bothering you or personally offending you does not give you the right to remove the election materials of a political party that you don't agree with. If you find it offensive, if you find it upsetting, go in and close your curtains, or join a political party that aligns with your views. You do not get to dictate to the rest of us, to the rest of this United Kingdom, what we campaign for and who we vote for. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. So we'll continue.
It really upsets me, the
Cry me a river, don't care.
idea that people are not welcome. It's not.
It's not.
It's really not.
It is against the law. The people filming are completely correct. This is against the law. They should have their names taken. They should be submitted to the police. This is election interference, plain and simple as.
I'm not a Labour supporter before we start. Don't.
But you're just leaving the Labour sign up. Is it a Labour area? I'll be interested to know. Is it a Lib Dem area or is it a Labour area? I'll be very interested to know.
You shouldn't mess with democratic process.
We're not.
Which you are, because you're ripping posters out.
I'm not telling you how to vote.
Sorry? No, but you're removing posters, and that's nothing to do with you.
No, but look. Can you see one on your camera?
Me?
I can,
Yet they're leaving the Labour sign up, and yet they're not Labour supporters or Labour voters. I don't buy it. I'm not buying that. Sell it to someone who's thick.
see him
It's
here.
me.
No, I know there's three.
There's three.
I know there's three. So what do you want to do? If you want to pull them down, it's up to you.
Come on, Paul.
But why are you filming it?
I'm filming it because I need evidence, okay? Because it's a criminal offence.
Okay, well,
Okay?
where's it going to go?
Well, the way it's going to go,
No, I'm asking where this film's going to go.
It's going to go online. Everybody needs to know your face, you and the missus. Everyone needs to know exactly what you're playing at.
Film's going to go to the police.
Okay, yeah,
All right.
I'll send it.
Okay.
No problem at all.
Okay.
Are you going to send that now?
I'll send it in a minute. Yeah.
Alright. Have a good evening.
Yeah, you too.
So we'll leave that one there, and then we'll move on to the one which is the most infuriating, because this politician, I use sarcastic quote marks because she's not representative of the North. We're very much better educated than her, and many of us didn't have kids at 15. Alright, let's just continue. Well, let's see what she's doing in local schools, shall we?
We just talk about all the NHS and that, and Nigel Farage. I can't really put all the blame on him, because I actually think he'd be better than Keir Starmer.
Nigel Farage says that he wants a system that is a more insurance style system. Does that mean?
Okay, so she's saying that Reform UK and Nigel Farage want a insurance-based healthcare system. Where's the evidence of this, sweetheart? Are you on about something you said maybe 10, 15 years ago? Is it Reform UK policy? Or are you going into a school and giving a political opinion?
You have to pay, and that means that it's not free at the point of use anymore. I think that is really dangerous territory.
For who? For your voters. Let's continue.
I'd be okay in that system, by the way. I'd benefit from it now. But when I was growing up, I wouldn't have benefited from it. And my son probably wouldn't have survived if that was the system.
Okay, her son probably wouldn't have survived. This son. Raina used disabled son's NHS compensation to buy a second home. This is the NHS which is the envy of the world, apparently. This is the NHS that is open to the entire universe, not just the great British taxpayer. This is the NHS that she says Reform UK wants to privatise, or to remove freer points of use, because it's already privatised. I'll get into that in a moment or so. She's a liar, she's a disgrace. She not only shouldn't be in ministerial office, currently she's not because of her dodgy tax returns, she shouldn't be elected. The North deserves better. We can do much better than that. But we'll continue.
At the time. So I think it's really dangerous what Nigel Farage is offering in the NHS. It sounds plausible, but once you go down that route, other people will not be able to access that service, and I think that's really a terrible thing to do to people.
It depends what people. If British-born citizens are paying for the entire universe to use our NHS, well, I don't agree with that. Now, pre-1997, we could get an NHS appointment on the day or the next day. You could do that, and there was not an issue. I'm old enough to remember the NHS used to work that way. Many people born after 1997 are merely told how good it used to be. It was good back in the day, and it can be good again. Alright? This has been put out as an election material for local elections. Local elections don't decide the NHS or the future of the NHS. That's the first thing. The second thing is, the information that you're running on is over 10 years old. Nigel Farage himself has backed away from that, and Reform UK's policy isn't even to privatise the NHS, not in the way that you're referring to here. And thirdly, the most important thing I want to say on this is public schools, and when I say public I mean comprehensive schools, primary schools, not private schools, alright? These schools have to adhere to partiality rules, impartiality. How is it that you're allowed to put out campaigning material at school where you're brainwashing the next generation to vote Labour? How is that allowed? The only way I can foresee it being allowed is if the local council, which I'm presuming is Labour run, also allowed Tories in, also allowed Lib Dums in, also allowed Restore Britain in, and also allowed Reform UK in. Alright? Then, maybe then, you can do an election video. But until then, I think you're breaking the law.
When they need the service the most, we should be able to provide it for them.
So we'll end this here. The law is very clear on what you can and can't do in election periods. Angela Rayner, being part of the ruling party, probably thinks she's above scrutiny and above the law. The law is very clear. I'm going to pull it up on the screen now. Existing statutory requirements on political impartiality over schools, regardless of funding arrangement. This includes independent schools, or free schools I presume. These legal duties mean schools must prohibit promotion of partisan political views, must take steps to ensure a balanced presentation of opposing views, so a bit like TV, on political issues where they are taught or brought to the attention of pupils. So if the Labour Party is doing this as the ruling party and they're not allowing other parties the same platform, they're breaking the law. For maintained schools, there is a legal duty set out by Section 406 and 407 of the Education Act 1996. Most academies will also have a specific clause in their funding agreements which requires adherence to the same provisions. Independent schools, the legal duties are set out in Part 2, Schedule of the Education Independent Schools Standard Regulations 2014, and these requirements also apply to academies. Legal duties on political impartiality do not supersede schools' other statutory requirements. There you have it, black and white, off the government's own website. This is a disgrace. This is an outrage. And when people on the left say that the right want to privatise the NHS, that's not true. Not with Reform UK, not with Restore Britain. It is not true. The NHS is already privatised. You just don't pay for it. The government pays the private companies to provide service free of the point of use. It is already privatised, alright? Second of all, is the NHS working? Is it working currently? At the moment, you can fly into Britain and you can use the NHS and it's completely free. Should that be allowed? The wording of Rayner's rhetoric means at the moment she's perfectly happy with this system as it is. It's a sunk cost fallacy. We need to get out and rethink how we fund the NHS. Reform UK are going to do very well this week in the elections. A lot of people are still putting their eggs in that particular basket, and that will change in the fullness of time. The reason why I'm bringing all of this election interference to the fore here is Reform UK are the least of it. If they're doing this to Reform UK, what are they going to do to a genuine bona fide right of centre party? That's what you need to think about. Anyway, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, give me that all important subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. You have a good day.